So our momentum philosophy is really both qualitative and quantitative. Bonnie works a lot on the qualitative side of life. In our investment management, that's far more quantitative. But being able to marry the qualitative and the quantitative is crucial. And this is something we'll explore a little bit deeper as we go along today. So in terms of making a good life happen, certainly, living with passion, following what Bonnie calls yes energy is also crucial. I mean, yes energy is the cause of momentum. And what Bonnie does and what we do here with how we staff the company and in our job descriptions is we look for, where is the energy for each and every individual and employee. So just that momentum, that yes energy element is crucial to what we do here at Bell Investment Advisors. A couple years ago, I was flying home from a conference, and I read an article about how resilience works. It was by Diane Cotu. It was published in the Harvard Business Review in May of 2002. If you think of 2002, that was, we were still looking for the bottom of the technology meltdown in the spring of 2002. And this article about resilience was kind of reviewed again once the Great Recession hit. And it just struck me that resilience is certainly a quality of momentum. There's always going to be breakdowns. There's always going to be setbacks. And the individuals and the companies that can overcome setbacks are the companies that have, very strong momentum. Apple Computer is a great example of a company with fantastic momentum and resilience. Yahoo is an example of a company that's struggling. It hasn't been able to recapture its initial resilience. So understanding how resilience works is a crucial component of how to sustain momentum. And what Diane Cotu did in her study was identify 3 characteristics of how people can be resilient. So the first characteristic is resilient people have a staunch acceptance of reality. And the way that we express that here is that we know that resilient people, they love to plan, or they're prone to planning. They know that they need to have goals. They know that they need to know where are they located. And when you have a clear idea of what your time horizon is, what your goals are, and where you're currently located, you can understand and add meaning to setbacks and breakdowns and everything else in life. So that acceptance of reality, that propensity to plan is a chief component of resilience and a great help to having positive momentum. The second characteristic is that people who are resilient have a firm belief that the journey of life is meaningful. So even setbacks and disease and breakdowns are meaningful if you have that philosophical stance or position in life that all of life is meaningful. It's not just about the destination. It's not just about getting your 2 kids into Harvard College or becoming a partner at an international law firm or running a marathon under 3 hours. Each and every day is an adventure. It's a journey. It's mystery and meaning, and it's an opportunity. So resilient people have this attitude. And a third characteristic is that resilient people and resilient companies have an uncanny ability to improvise. So when things don't go according to plan, when there are breakdowns and setbacks, you improvise. We did a workshop in our office yesterday that Bonnie led around some of these same themes. And one of the things that came up for me was that I was a big part of my career was with a registered investment advisory firm in the early 1980s, and that was very good for the beginning of my career, but it became very bad for my career as I evolved and matured. My career really went into stall mode because I was working for people who wouldn't share power and authority, so I had to improvise. One of the ways I improvised was by leaving and starting Bell Investment Advisors. So these are the concepts of momentum and resilience that we think are really important. In terms of some real examples of how our clients manifest the value of this, we don't take credit for what our clients do, but often our clients give us at least some credit. And some examples that we're very heartened by where clients are thanking us. In one case is a married couple where the woman is 62 years old. She just finished her PhD and is now teaching at University of San Francisco. And she gives us some credit for that because we've been taking care of their money so she could focus on getting her degree and now her teaching career. We have another couple that has a beautiful home in San Francisco that's paid for, and their dream and vision and the momentum in their life is that they love to trade houses with people in Manhattan and other parts of the world, and they give us some credit for helping them do that because we take care of their money. And another couple is just happy becoming artists and sculptors after they sold their business and auditing classes in anthropology at UC Berkeley. So again, we don't take credit for these things, but often our clients give us credit because we're helping them be able to concentrate on what they do love. On this next slide, we just wanted to give an example on the quantitative side of what momentum looks like in the investment markets. So our average account here over the past almost 11 years shows a return of over 117%, 6.8% annualized, net of fees and expenses. This compares extremely favorably to the S&P 500 index, which is only up 14.3%, or as a gain of 1.1% per year. And our average account is more than that has done twice as well as the most common international index. So you've probably all heard the term lost decade. Well, it was a lost decade for people that didn't pay attention to momentum, to what was working and what was not working. But we do exactly that here. We align ourselves with what's working in life and in the investment markets. And so we've been able to double people's money in a situation which for most people has been a lost decade because they've stood still. So we come to what we want to talk about in terms of our intention with momentum, and just review again that we work in 3 different areas. Bell Investment Advisors is known for investment management, financial planning, career and life coaching. Our philosophy of momentum in terms of what's working and what's not working penetrates all 3 of these areas. And we customize each of our offers to individual clients in all 3 of these areas. So, Bonnie, what else do you have to share with us today?
Well, I do kind of want to clear up something that our philosophy is making a good life happen. Our strategy is momentum-based, and that strategy, if you think about it as what's working, what's not working, what's missing, what now, these are the questions that you naturally ask as you evolve. So who am I now that my kids are grown, now that I have children, now that I got laid off? So these are triggers for looking in your life as to what's working and what's not. Coaching is about helping you get from A to B. So is a financial advisor. You don't have to know how to do everything, but it's just like every great athlete has coaches. Everyone gets that. But I think we need to understand that with our lives as complex as they are and as much as they change, that we need help, and we can get help to get through, to move out of the angst and into the action of having a good life. And really, that's what our business is about. It's not just about your money. It's about leading a good, satisfying life as you define it.
Great. So we do want to encourage you to submit questions, if you will. We can see that a couple of questions have come in. So Bonnie will answer those in a minute. But I want to remind our clients that our next webinar will be on November 17th. That'll be our investment committee update for the month of November. We've been getting really good reviews and feedback from these investment committee updates that we do every quarter. And on December 8th, we're going to do a webinar for both clients and prospects on last-minute strategies for 2010 and a look forward to 2011. So, Bonnie, do you want to answer that first question?
I do. Before I do, I want to just say that our new interactive website is really going live November 1st. We have a new newsletter that's coming out any day now. So you're going to be able to really immerse yourselves, if you want to, in all the information that we have, that we talked about today. And we encourage you to talk to us if you need help. So here's a typical question is people ask me, how many sessions does it take? And I think I can
in career coaching.
In career
right?
coaching,
Yep.
yeah. So it's never going to be one time. It's usually going to be at least 10 sessions, and the sessions are structured so that there's homework for each session. You're doing homework between sessions. So you're stepping into, you can think of it as a course that's perfectly tailored to you, and you're going to be coached through the areas that are difficult for you to do. Another question is, what is the average age? So I would like you to think of not only yourself, but your neighbors, your parents, your children. I work with clients in every decade. I don't like to work with people under 25 because they kind of need to be out in the work more. But the late period in a decade is very rich and fertile, and it's usually when people are looking at that next decade that they start thinking about what's working and what's not. And we say, take action so that you can get where you want to go. Hope is not a strategy.
So thank you very much for joining us today. We will be sending out a survey on today's webinar. We appreciate your responses to that. Your comments and critiques are very helpful to us. We hope you've gotten some value out of our exploration today. And don't hesitate to get in touch with us via email or by phone. We love to talk about what we've talked about today and help you make a good life happen.